What up, and what's popping? This shit all breeze from Fahrenheit 451, part of the Fourth and Gold Network. We're running the books alive back with my bets in the NBA for April 22nd. Got the wrong notebook out here with me. I'll be right back. All right, so yesterday we went 0 and 2 on straight. We have Malik Beasley going over his points, and we have Malik Beasley going over his threes. Just looked like Fred VanVleet out there. He couldn't hit the broadside of a building. So we did go 0 and 2 on those, dropping pretty much a unit and a half. But we had some builders and some legs that have carried us the last few days to keep us profitable in the Patreon. So we moved. And like I said, back on my best bets. Back on my oh, little technical difficulties. Anyways, back on my best bets in the NBA for April 22nd, man. Let's get right into this. But my phone can trip anymore. All right. Let me find it. All right. First up from the Indiana Pacers. I'm going to start about 220. First up from the Indiana Pacers, Pascal Siakam over his 2 3-pointers made, minus 113 odds over on FanDuel. Pascal, 3 3 2 and 3 3-pointers made on 7 7 7 and 5 3-pointers attempted. He's shooting 40% from range this season. During their head-to-head matchups, Pascal is making 32% of his points from the lane. 32% of his points from the paint, 23% of his points from the lane, and 25% of his points from the above the break three. Guarding the lane, Milwaukee gives up the third most. Guarding the paint, Milwaukee gives up the third most. In the lane, Milwaukee gives up the fifth most, and above the break three, Milwaukee gives up the third most. So they are bottom five in Pascal Siakam's top three scoring zones. He's cleared his line in his last 4 out of 5 versus Milwaukee, and he's had 15 field goal attempts or more in his last 5 versus the Bucks. So Pascal Siakam, well, that's why I like Pascal Siakam. Oh, I'm tripping. That's why I took Pascal Siakam over his 21 points, man. This stream is all over the place. But anyways, Pascal Siakam over his 21 points, minus 120 odds over on FanDuel. 25, 20. My screen keeps timing out for whatever reason. Pascal, 25, 20, 25, 26, and 25 points in his last 5 versus Milwaukee, clearing this line in his last 4 out of 5 versus Milwaukee. Pascal Siakam over his 21 points, minus 120 odds over on FanDuel. Next, Pascal Siakam over his 2 3-pointers made, minus 113 odds over on FanDuel. Siakam 3 3 2 and 3 3-pointers made on 7 7 7 and 5 3-pointers attempted in his last 4 versus Milwaukee. Shooting 40% from three on the season, Milwaukee allows the 12th most threes. On the season, Pascal is getting 21% of his points from the above the break three, and on the season, Milwaukee ranks 12th most points allowed from the above the break three. Now, during their head-to-head matchups, Pascal's getting 25% of his points from the above the break three. And during their head-to-head matchups, Milwaukee is giving up the third most threes from the above the break area. All right. So, forgot the book out here, and my screen keeps timing out, but it's all good. I think it's just hot as hell out here, for real. So my phone is trying to protect itself, but I'm gonna be quick. Siakam over his 2 threes, minus 113 odds over on FanDuel. Siakam over his 21 points, minus 120 odds over on FanDuel. Next, from the Minnesota Timberwolves, Pascal Siakam plays for the Indiana Pacers, if I failed to mention that. Next, from the Minnesota Timberwolves, Jaden McDaniels over his 6 rebounds, plus 124 odds over on FanDuel. McDaniels, 9, 8, and 9 rebounds in his last 3 games on 18, 14, and 13 rebound chances. 9, 8, and 9 on 18, 14, and 13 rebound chances. When he has 13 rebound chances or more, he's hit this line in his last 21 straight games. All right. And last but not least, from the Oklahoma City Thunder, Aaron Wiggins over his 10 points, got it at minus 124 odds over on Ballybet. 16, 26, 16, and 21 points in his last 4 games versus the Grizzlies on 13, 18, 9, and 15 field goal attempts. 16, 26, 16, and 21 points on 13, 18, 9, and 15 field goal attempts. And we only need 10 points. Turn up the volume. This is a volume play. I'll take it every time. Absolutely love this one. Memphis allows the 8th most points to the shooting guard position. The spread on this game is like minus 14, minus 15. In Oklahoma City Thunder wins of 10 points or more, Aaron Wiggins has hit this line in the last 17 out of 20 games. All right. I got this lay. Those are my 4 straight bets. I got this lay that I'm going to put on the timeline. Well, I'll do you a recap. We'll do a recap, even though ain't nobody in here. We'll do a recap at 7 minutes. 7 minutes on a recap. And I think we started the picks at about 2:10. All right. Recap. Pascal Siakam of the Indiana Pacers over his 2 3-pointers made and over his 21 points. Jaden McDaniels of the Minnesota Timberwolves over his 6 rebounds, and Aaron Wiggins of the Oklahoma City Thunder over his 10 points. Now I got a lay, and I wanted to make this exclusive for the people that was tuned into the live, but nobody tuned into the live. But you know, I'm still gonna be able to play out. So those are mine too. Damn, I should be tripping. I'm probably gonna be glitching all over the place on the playback, but it's all good. This is a no sweat bet, and we're gonna launch this over on 8 minutes. This is a plus 404. Put $25 on this to win 100. It goes a little something like this. Giannis Antetokounmpo with the Milwaukee Bucks to register 28 points and 9 rebounds. A lot of these are alternate lines. You just go to the player. You go to the statistic that you want, points, rebounds, and assists, and then you just scroll all the way down and pick the player that you want and go to their alternate. Giannis Antetokounmpo of the Milwaukee Bucks, 28 points and 9 rebounds. Pascal Siakam of the Pacers, 18 points. SGA from the Thunder, 27 points. Jaden McDaniels from the Timberwolves, 4 points. Zach Edey from the Grizzlies, 8 rebounds. And Isaiah Hartenstein of the Thunder for 7 rebounds, plus 404. All right. Like, comment, and subscribe for your daily sports betting videos and analysis. Let's keep burning them. As always, I will see you tomorrow. If you want access to all of my plays as soon as I place them for just 16 cents a day, subscribe to the Patreon. Love, peace, and fisheries. Let's continue to run up these units. Sorry about the stream, man. I was all over the place today.